Hi guys, it's Thomas here from COTBase.com. Welcome to our weekly COT review. Today we're going to be analyzing the 10th Commitments of Traders report of 2025. And as we always do, we shall start out by looking at the largest changes in commercials net positions. We are of course analyzing the classic COT report type, futures and options data combined. As I just said, we are analyzing net positions. And we've got the wheat, the Kansas City wheat on top of our list with a 54% change in commercials net positions. On this 1 year chart, you can see this recent change being much greater than average. It's very easy to see that it's the greatest change in the past 1 year, 54%, meaning if we take the range, the most, I'd say the two extremes when we look at commercials, represented with this red line over here. We can take off large speculators for now. Basically, if we take this range, this move represents about 54% of that range. Huge change in commercials net positions, suggesting further strengthening in the next few days. We have seen a bit of a rise already. So, but after witnessing about 2.5 weeks of decline, I would say that this signal could actually push the market even higher. Moving to a 5 years chart, you can see that with this recent change, traders are getting back towards bullish COT extreme territory. You can see that in the past, these bullish COT extremes were successful, preceding a rise in the market. Can see another example, but I would be maybe a little bit more patient before I jump into it. This extreme could widen to greater levels easily before the market actually starts moving higher. But then again, of course, we do have that change signal as well, supporting the higher prices. Crude oil, Brent crude oil here with a 54% change. In this case, it is a bearish change signal suggesting further weakness coming. If we look back in time, though, you may find that not all bearish COT change signals are effective, and sometimes they are very bad, as in the case over here. So after witnessing a decline since the beginning of this year, getting this larger than average bearish COT change signal, I would be very cautious to take that. I would maybe even think that in the case of the Brent crude oil, we might even have to investigate if these change signals actually occur in the opposite direction. This one seems to be effective. This one is a bearish COT change signal. By the time we see the report is a perfect time pushing the market lower. However, the next one, which in size was a much greater one, didn't really do much. The market was already coming down. So I would say that the ones that we should be listening to are the ones that are coming after a rally. This one from July of 2024 comes after about 3-4 weeks of rally, and that was a successful signal. This one, however, you can see that it was coming after a decline, was unsuccessful. And I think if you look at that, this one is a successful signal. Rally, we get the bearish change signal, boom, stops the rise. Here we have a declining market. We get a bearish COT change signal. It's actually a good point buying the crude oil. So a little bit mixed signals, but I think if we try to find the context in which the change signal occurs, it may be a better way of filtering out these COT change signals. Now, another way to go ahead and analyze the market is actually our own unique iCOT Intraday Indicator, and I'm going to show you what it's capable of doing. So I'm going to add the iCOT scores charts, which is similar to a COT index. We've got commercials, we can call them commercials, the red line, speculators, the green line, And I'm going to add the iCOT intraday indicator with AfterSignal. I'm going to add it twice, and I'm going to focus one on long opportunities. I'm going to say any long. It can be any signal long, and then the other one I can target short opportunities, so any short. And that looks really good. That looks amazing, I would say. This is a daily candlestick chart on crude oil. We can go down to a 4-hour chart. This one seems to be pretty effective as well. But if you want, we can dig even deeper. Let's look at a 15-minute candlestick chart. Oh my God, look at that stripe signal at the top over there. We've got some really nice buy stripe signals at the bottom over here. And if you want, we can go and dig even deeper. Let's look at a 5-minute candlestick chart. So yeah, it is a tool that was created after many years of research. Okay, back to the review, continuing with the Brazilian real with a 41% change in commercials net positions. This once again a huge change signal, bearish, suggesting weakness coming, but again we should be cautious. Look at the last larger than average change signal, this bearish one over here. It didn't really do much, so I would draw caution to these COT change signals in the Brazilian real. The 5-year chart does show that we have reached a bearish COT extreme. You can go back in time and see what happened to the Brazilian real when we had such a bearish COT extreme. This was actually a good signal that this is actually a top. And then, of course, if you come back over here, 2022, just around these tops, once again, we have more of a bearish COT extreme to talk about. Moving on to large speculators COT extreme analysis, we have cotton followed by the Japanese yen and then the New Zealand dollar, all of which have an all-time COT extreme in large speculators. In case of cotton, actually in all three markets, we have the all-time not only in large speculators net positions, but also in commercials. So let's start with cotton here. It is a bullish extreme, of course. So in the entire history of COT data on cotton, you can see never have we seen such an extreme. Now in the past, these bullish COT extremes were beautiful signals to enter long. So we are expecting this to be the case right now. In the next couple of weeks and month ahead of us, we should expect the cotton market to find its bottom and start moving much higher. The Japanese yen is our next market. Again, all-time COT extreme. The only interesting thing here is that we had a bullish all-time COT extreme not that long ago, and suddenly now we have a bearish all-time COT extreme, yet the market didn't really move much higher. So that's quite interesting. Bearish COT extremes, like the one I'm showing you over here, tend to be very good signals. This one on the 5-year chart. To me, it's just surprising to get to this extreme so quickly. So basically, middle of 2024, all-time bullish extreme, and then, 8-9 months later, here we go, and we have a bearish COT extreme. It does suggest we should see the Japanese yen lose value against the US dollar. In the case of the New Zealand dollar, however, we had a bullish all-time COT extreme, suggesting New Zealand dollar gaining against the US dollar. That's what we can conclude from the report. Quite interesting. A lot of currencies in this recent report. Now, that is, of course, just a brief snapshot on what's going on in different markets when it comes to COT data. If you'd like to check more, then please visit COTBase.com. If you have any questions, feel free to comment underneath the video or send us an email to info@cotbase.com. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you guys will have a wonderful weekend. See you next time.